Look around you. Most of us only scratch the surface of what we are truly capable of, operating at barely 10% of our potential. Imagine the life you could have if you pushed a little harder, dreamed a little bigger, and embraced every challenge. Every day you settle into a comfort zone that is far too small, leaving a giant reservoir of strength and talent untapped. It might be hard to see the invisible ceiling that holds you back, but it exists. Have you ever wondered why your goals remain distant? This is not a failure on your part, but a quiet trap of habit and fear. Recognize the spark within you and let it ignite a desire to break free from the mundane. Embrace the truth. You are capable of much more than you have ever dared to believe. Now is your time to rise and claim true greatness. Every day, routine sets in like a slow, invisible tide that pulls you away from the life you want. You wake up, follow the same path, and wonder why nothing changes. Deep down, doubt and fear whisper lies, convincing you that stepping out of the familiar is too risky. This trap is silent, unnoticed, yet keeps you in a cycle of sameness. It tricks you into believing that safety means staying stagnant and that trying new things is not worth the risk. But ask yourself, is a life of comfort truly a life lived? Think of those who dared to try, who took that uncertain step and discovered endless possibilities. Their choices broke the chain of routine. The key to growth is challenging the old habits that bind you and daring to imagine a life filled with endless possibility and hope. Rise above the norm and live fully today. Staying in your comfort zone may feel safe, but it comes with a heavy price. Each day spent in the familiar is a day lost, a chance missed to explore what life truly offers. Over time, the cost adds up. Quiet regret for paths not taken and a heavy burden of wasted potential. Look back on your life and ask, what dreams have you set aside? Every moment you choose ease over challenge is a moment where growth slips further away. It is a slow surrender to a life less vibrant and rich. Countless ordinary days blend into one another, leaving you with a future filled with what-ifs and unanswered questions. This quiet decay can be stopped if you dare to step forward, if you are willing to challenge the ordinary and embrace change. The choice is yours. Live with regret or rise to a brighter future. Choose to live fully. Have you ever stopped to wonder about the dreams you let slip away? Every time you chose the safe path, a hidden ambition faded. Those small decisions added up, slowly silencing the fire within you. Look at the moments you ignored, the ideas you never pursued. They haunt your memory, reminding you of what might have been. Ask yourself, is comfort worth losing the chance to soar? The lost dreams are not just regrets. They are signs that you have been holding yourself back. It's time to awaken and let your aspirations rise once again. Restore them with your fire. Today marks the turning point. No more delays or half-hearted steps. Stand tall and push against the chains that hold you back. Let your heart lead the way and free the strength within. The time for change is here. Rise and live fully. Now step forward boldly into your future. Picture a thick fog settling over a quiet field. When that fog fills your mind, every hurdle and challenge seems larger than life. It blurs the path ahead, making clear choices vanish into uncertainty. Self-doubt is that fog. It tricks you into believing that opportunities are blocked by towering obstacles, when in truth, they are simple steps waiting to be taken. Have you ever noticed how one small worry can turn a door into a barrier? That is the power of a clouded mind. It transforms a promising day into lost chances, and a simple move forward into a daunting leap of fear. Think back to a moment when you hesitated before something new. Was it really the task that was hard, or the shadow of doubt magnifying the risk? Often your inner voice twists reality, making small challenges seem insurmountable. This voice convinces you that every risk is too great and every possibility too dangerous. But imagine if that voice were silenced, even for a moment. Then you would see that challenges are merely tests of your strength. The fog may feel heavy, but it is not the truth. Clear thoughts bring clear actions, and clear actions open roads. Let your mind break free from the haze and step into a life where doubts no longer hold you back. From the moment you took your first breath, voices around you began to shape your ideas about what you could or could not do. Family, teachers, and friends all added their own versions of limits, sometimes gentle, sometimes harsh. These early words sank deep, forming rules that felt unchangeable. You grew up hearing that certain dreams were too big and that some actions were not meant for you. Over time, these ideas built invisible walls in your mind. Society tells you that only a few paths are safe, and past stumbles seem to prove that you are not meant for more. But ask yourself, who set these limits? They were never drawn by your own hand. They were passed on like old beliefs that no longer hold true. You now have the power to question these rules. Every decision you make today can start to break down these walls. Open your eyes to the fact that many of these rules are false. The true measure of what you can do lies within you, not in the echoes of others' doubts or in past failures. Every day, without you noticing, habits form that hold you back. It might be the way you quickly say no to a challenge, or the thought that you are not ready for something new. Perhaps you have passed up opportunities because you believed you were not good enough, or dismissed a dream for fear of stumbling. Consider a person who stays in a safe job even though they secretly long for something more fulfilling. This is not a lack of skill, but a learned pattern of holding oneself back. Over time, these thoughts become so ordinary that you rarely question them. They sneak into your decisions, making you avoid risks and new experiences. Yet every time you push past a small fear, you open a door to something better. Look around at everyday people who dared to try, who stepped past their own doubts and discovered new paths. Their lives show that breaking free from these hidden chains is possible. Think back to school, when a teacher once said you weren't good at a subject. That simple label stuck with you, shaping how you saw yourself. Those words were not a true measure of your abilities. They were just opinions that took root. Labels like bad at math or not creative are not facts, but echoes of someone else's limited view. Over time, you began to live by those words, letting them dictate what you believed you could do. When you hear such a label, ask yourself, is this really true, or is it just a belief someone planted? True strength comes from knowing that these words do not define you. You have the power to rewrite your own story, to ignore the false limits and embrace the real talents that lie within. Today you face a simple yet powerful choice. Will you hold on to the false limits that have been placed upon you, or will you break free from them? Every day offers a chance to decide. Choosing to break free means stepping into a life of possibilities where you set your own rules and trust in your true abilities. The decision is yours. If you cling to old ideas, you will remain stuck in the same place. But if you choose to see the truth and push past your fears, a future filled with hope and new chances awaits you. Listen closely. You are not broken and you are not weak. The truth is that you have been looking at yourself through a warped lens. Open your eyes to the real you and step forward with clarity and hope. Your strength lies deep within. Imagine your comfort zone as a prison cell with its door wide open. At first it seems welcoming because you know every step and every corner. The safe routines and familiar faces make you feel secure, but that same safety hides a trap that holds you back from reaching your true potential. Day after day, you choose the known path over the unknown, believing you are protecting yourself from risk. Yet every moment you remain inside, you lose a chance to learn, grow, and explore new horizons. Think of a seed that never leaves its pot. Without the chance to stretch its roots and feel the sun, it remains small and weak. This is how comfort zones work. They lure you with the promise of ease, only to steal the chance to blossom. Ask yourself, how many dreams have been left untried because the fear of change kept you safe? The warmth of familiarity is not true safety. It is a slow chain that ties you to mediocrity. Break free, step out, and face the unknown. Your future awaits if you dare to leave. Our mind tricks us into clinging to limits that stop our growth. This trap is born of fear. It makes the unknown seem dangerous and the familiar feel like a safe spot, even when it is just a cage. Think of a time when you hesitated to try something new because it felt too risky. That fear is not a sign of weakness, but a habit that tells you to avoid pain. Over the years, your brain has learned to choose what it knows, even if that means missing out on better things. Each day, small doubts build into a wall that blocks new chances. You might pass on an opportunity to learn or try because you cling to what feels safe, but that safety is a lie. True growth lies in embracing the unknown and trusting that every risk holds a promise of something better. If you let fear guide your choices, you stay locked in old habits. Break that chain by daring to see past the fear. Look beyond the shadows and notice the bright chances waiting outside the familiar. Open your mind to change and step forward with courage, as growth begins when you leave fear behind. Staying in a place where nothing changes may seem harmless at first, but it carries a heavy cost over time. Every day you choose safety, you miss out on a chance to live fully. The easy path may look appealing, but it leads to a quiet regret that grows with each passing day. Imagine a clock ticking away your potential while you settle for what you already know. Small choices to avoid risk add up, turning into years of unfulfilled hopes and lost chances. Consider a friend who stayed in a familiar job because it felt secure, even though they dreamed of a different life. That choice left them wondering what might have been if they had dared to step out. The hidden cost is not seen immediately. It creeps up slowly like water filling a glass until it overflows. In the end, the regret is not from the risks taken, but from the chances that were never tried. When you look back, you may see a lifetime of moments lost to fear. Ask yourself, is the comfort of today worth a lifetime of what-ifs? Choose to step forward, for regret is a price too high to ever pay. At a fork in the road, two types of people emerge. One type dares to step into the unknown. They leave behind the safe routine to chase their dreams. Consider a person who left a secure job to start a small business. Though the path was hard, each step brought them closer to a life full of purpose. Their story reminds us that risk can lead to great reward. On the other side are those who stay stuck. They cling to comfort, never daring to try something new. Their days blend into one another, filled with the regret of opportunities missed. These stories are not rare. They are found in every community, in every family. They show that the choice is clear. Take a chance or settle for a life of what-ifs. Your story can be one of daring escape and bold new beginnings. Choose wisely and create your destiny. The truth is simple. If you choose to stay where you are, you choose a path that leads nowhere. Every day spent in comfort is a day wasted. You must face the fact that avoiding risk means letting life slip by. It is a choice that results in lost chances and a future filled with regret. Nothing changes unless you decide to step out and try something new. Staying in your safe zone is not protection, it is surrender. You owe it to yourself to risk the unknown and claim a brighter future. Step up now and change everything. It is time to break the cycle that holds you back. Your future depends on the choices you make now. Shake off old habits and step into the unknown. Each action you take is a step toward a brighter life. Do not wait any longer. Act now to change everything. Imagine if every decision you made was based not on hope, but on the worry of what might go wrong. Too often you give in to fear, treating it like a leader that guides your life. Every choice, every step is influenced by that heavy feeling. Think of a moment when fear stopped you from taking a chance, a new job, speaking up, or following a dream. That fear, although it feels real, is just an idea that you have allowed to control you. It tricks you into believing that safety means avoiding change. In truth, the safe path is not a path at all. It is a trap that holds you back from discovering what lies ahead. Just as people once followed old gods that no longer mattered, you have been following a false god that keeps you small. Look within and see that fear is not stronger than you. It is a choice you make every day. When you decide to question that power, you take back control of your life and open the door to endless possibilities. The scary images that race through your mind are not facts. They are just guesses about what might happen. Often your mind builds up a picture of disaster that never comes true. Ask yourself, how many times have you worried over something that turned out fine? Fear creates a story of danger from old memories and past disappointments. It tells you that every plan is doomed before you even try. Yet when you step back and look closely, you see that these fears are only predictions, wishes your mind has made in a moment of worry. Most of the things you fear do not happen, and when they do, they are not as bad as you imagined. Instead of letting these thoughts steal your chance at a better life, choose to trust in what you know is true. Your strength, your hard work, and your small wins prove that life is full of hope and promise, not harm. Replace fear with faith in yourself and watch as each day grows brighter. Your brain is built to keep you safe. It constantly scans for danger and can quickly jump to the worst case scenario at the slightest hint of trouble. This instinct helped our ancestors survive real threats, but today it often leads you astray. When faced with a new challenge, your mind floods with thoughts of what could go wrong, even when the risk is small. It is as if a switch flips, and suddenly a minor concern becomes a huge barrier. This process is hardwired, a habit formed long ago. The brain's focus on potential danger can make a simple step feel like a giant leap into the unknown. When you recognize this automatic response, you can start to question its warnings. Understanding that these feelings are part of an old survival trick helps you see that the danger is not as great as it appears. Realize that your mind is playing tricks on you, and that many of its fears are not based on the facts of today, but on echoes of the past. This knowledge is the key to taking back control. Let me tell you something. Fear does not have to rule your life. Instead of reacting as if every fearful thought is the truth, take a moment to question it. When fear starts to whisper in your ear, pause and ask, is this real or just a thought? Simple steps can help break this cycle. Write down your worries, look at them, and see how many times reality did not match the fear. Small acts of courage, like trying something new or speaking up, build a habit of trusting yourself. Every time you step away from fear, You prove that it is not the master of your choices. Remember, fear is just a feeling, not a fact. Spot it for what it is and let reason guide you. When you make choices based on trust rather than worry, you start to see the world in a clearer, brighter light. Listen carefully. Fear wins only when you allow it to hold you back. Every day you decide whether to let fear shape your choices or to stand up and say no. Today, choose to stop letting fear steal your chances. Each step you take against fear brings you closer to a life filled with hope and new opportunities. Do not give power to that false ruler any longer. Let your actions show that you are stronger than your worries. Stand firm and trust that the road ahead is open. The choice is clear. Let fear fade or let it win. Today you choose to take control. Close your eyes and picture a life free from fear. What bold moves would you make? Which dreams would you chase? In that fearless world, every day is a new chance to explore, create, and grow. Let this vision spark a fire inside you and light the way to real change. For years, fear has kept you confined to a small space. In just a moment of courage, everything can change. Let that spark of bravery be the door to a larger life. Choose to step out of the shadows and into the light. With courage as your guide, watch your world expand with hope and new possibilities. Now, as you stand at the edge of this new understanding, prepare to move into the next phase. The fear that once held you back is fading, and a fresh chapter of growth and opportunity is opening before you. Embrace this change with open arms. Your future is waiting, and the next step is yours to take. Imagine living in a room with no windows where every day is the same and the world outside remains hidden. Then, in one sudden moment, you push aside a heavy curtain and light floods in. In that burst of clarity, you see life as it truly is. The dark shadows of old doubts melt away, and you feel a shock of truth. An unexpected power that comes with realizing you have been asleep for too long. Every breath becomes a reminder of the fresh start before you. You see that every missed chance, every quiet defeat was simply a call to awaken. In that moment, the weight of the past lifts and you feel strong, ready to move forward with clear purpose. The once closed room now opens to endless possibilities, and you understand that your life is waiting for you to claim it. This awakening is the spark that ignites a journey toward hope, strength, and a future full of promise. Picture standing at a crossroad where one simple decision can shift the course of your life. One step forward can lead to new challenges and a life filled with promise. Think back to a time when you took a chance despite the nagging fear. That one choice opened doors you never knew existed. Today you face that same moment. Will you let fear hold you back, or will you choose to step into the light of possibility? Every great change starts with a single brave decision. With each choice, you rewrite your story. Every day offers a fresh chance to move beyond the safe and familiar. Look around. Many who dare to step forward now live a life rich with experience and hope. The power to change your life lies in one clear decision. What will you choose today? Let me share a simple formula to break free from the old thoughts that hold you back. First, pause. Take a deep breath and watch your thoughts without judgment. Notice the voice that says you cannot do this and challenge it immediately. Next, set a small, clear goal that nudges you outside your comfort zone. Write it down where you can see it every day. Then, take one small step toward that goal right now. Think of it like climbing a ladder. Each step lifts you higher. With every move, your mind learns to trust a new way of thinking. Picture your brain as a garden where you plant seeds of hope. Over time, these seeds replace the old limiting beliefs. Practice this formula each day, and soon your thoughts will shift naturally, clearing the path for a future filled with fresh ideas and new energy. Consider the story of a friend who once felt trapped in a routine of doubt and fear. Every morning they woke up feeling weighed down by worries and old habits. One day they made a simple decision to try something new. Learning a skill they had long set aside. Step by step, their life began to change. They discovered a strength they never knew they had, and small successes sparked more bold moves. This single choice led them to explore paths that once seemed impossible. Their life grew richer and more vibrant with each step taken. Their journey shows that real change begins with one decision. When you choose to move beyond fear, the world opens up, and every day becomes a chance to grow. Their story is proof that change is within your reach. Today, you stand at the threshold of a new beginning. Today, you decide to cast off the shadows of doubt and fear. Today, you choose to step forward into a life of possibility. Every moment holds the promise of change, and the power is in your hands. You are not bound by the past. Every small step you take today shapes a future filled with hope. Today is the day you wake up and see the world with fresh eyes. Today, make the choice to live fully and embrace the life you deserve. Empowerment feels like a warm light filling your heart. A calm strength that pushes you to move forward. In contrast, fear feels heavy, like chains that hold you down. When you choose to feel empowered, you lift yourself into a life filled with freedom and possibility. Leave fear behind and step into the light of true power. Now that you are awake, the next step is clear. Carry this new vision with you as you move into each day with purpose. The journey ahead is filled with challenges and chances alike. Embrace every moment as an opportunity to grow and shine. Your future awaits your next step. Imagine waking up as a soldier on a battlefield, realizing that the fight is far from finished. Every scar and every bruise tells a story of battles already fought, but the war continues. You might think that quiet moments mean peace, yet deep inside, the fight still rages. It's easy to believe that the struggles you face are just part of life, but today is the day to stand up and face them head on. Look back at every time you let fear win and know that those moments do not define you. The war is not over, and every new day brings another chance to fight for what you deserve. This is your call to arms. Rise up, shake off the chains of doubt, and step into the challenge with all the strength you possess. Your inner warrior is waiting to lead you into the next battle, one that will bring you closer to a life of true victory. Look inside and discover the hidden habits that limit you. Often your mind falls into old loops of doubt and fear that have been taught to you over time. These patterns whisper that you are not strong enough, that the world is too harsh, and that failure is inevitable. Ask yourself, when did you start believing these thoughts? They are not a reflection of your true ability, but rather echoes from a past that no longer serves you. Recognize each time you repeat a negative idea. By shining a light on these hidden patterns, you gain the power to change them. It begins with a simple act of noticing when your thoughts turn dark. From there, you can challenge these old habits by replacing them with thoughts that build you up. Every moment of self-awareness is a victory over the voices that keep you stuck. Embrace this truth and let your mind become an ally in the fight for the life you deserve. Your inner voice is a powerful tool that creates the world you live in. The words you choose to say to yourself can either build a path to success or lock you in a cycle of doubt. When you constantly hear phrases like, "I cannot," or "I am not enough," you start to believe them. Instead, take control and rewrite your internal script. Imagine your mind as a blank page where every word matters. Replace negativity with words of strength and possibility. Each time you catch yourself in a negative thought, pause and replace it with a positive affirmation. Picture a garden where each word you plant grows into a bright flower or a dark weed. Choose to plant words that bring hope, courage, and determination. With each new phrase, you shape a reality where you are capable, resilient, and ready to face any challenge. The power to change your life lies in the words you choose to speak. Let them be kind and uplifting. Let me tell you something, nothing changes until you act. Ideas and plans are just dreams until you take a step forward. That first step, no matter how small, creates a spark that lights the fire inside you. Think of a tiny flame that grows larger with each gust of wind. It is not about having everything figured out. It is about moving forward despite uncertainty. When you decide to take action, you break the cycle of hesitation. You prove to yourself that you have the strength to overcome the barriers of doubt. Every step, however slight, adds to a force that pushes you toward a better life. Stop waiting for the perfect moment, because that moment is now. Choose to act today and let each small step build a drive that nothing can stop. Motivation is a fickle friend. It may be strong one day and vanish the next. Discipline, however, is a steady guide that keeps you moving forward when excitement fades. It means setting simple daily habits that support your goals. When you stick to a routine, even on tough days, you build a habit that carries you forward. This is not about grand gestures, but about small, consistent actions that add up over time. Discipline is the quiet force that ensures progress, day in and day out. Embrace the routines that keep you on track and trust that each step, however small, is a step toward a brighter future. Stop delaying and waiting for perfect conditions. The time to act is this very second. Every minute you wait is a minute lost. The chance to build the life you want starts now. Step forward with courage and determination and make today count. Ask yourself, if not now, when will you take the leap? If not you, who will step up and shape your future? This is your moment to rise. Seize the opportunity, because the power to change your life rests in your hands. There is one barrier left: your own hesitation. This final wall has been built by doubts and second thoughts. Break through it by taking decisive action. Every choice you make brings you closer to the life you dream of. The only obstacle now is your own fear. Embrace the strength within you, shatter the barrier, and step boldly into the future you deserve. Every time you offer a reason for not moving forward, you choose to wear chains that bind you. These chains aren't made of metal, but of words and habits. When you say, "I can't do this," or "I'm not ready," you lock yourself into a cage of your own making, even when the door is wide open. Many hold on to these reasons because they feel safe, yet they keep you stuck in a place where nothing grows. Imagine the power in breaking free from these self-made bonds. Instead of clinging to a life defined by limitations, you have the chance to step into a world of possibility. It starts with one small decision: to reject the comfort of these chains and to embrace the freedom that comes from action. Look at your life and ask, am I ready to live without these limits? Today is the day to drop the chains and open the door to a life full of promise and growth. Often you hear the words, "I don't have time," "I don't have talent," or "I don't have resources." These phrases act as barriers that hide your true potential. Every person has the same 24 hours, yet it is your choices that shape what you do with them. Talent is not a gift that is given once. It is built through effort and persistence. And the idea of lacking resources is just a mind barrier. Many great successes started with very little. These common reasons are not real obstacles. They are simply ideas that you have allowed to hold you back. When you recognize that these are just thoughts, you can start to push past them. Change begins with understanding that the limits you face are not set by the world, but by you. Embrace the truth that time, skill, and means can be created if you decide to work for them. Here is the hard truth. Every reason you give for not acting is a choice to remain small. When you say, "I can't do it," you are choosing to stay in a place where nothing changes. These reasons are not obstacles imposed by the world. They are decisions made by you. By holding on to them, you settle for a life that is less than what you deserve. It takes courage to face the fact that your own words limit you. Each excuse is a conscious choice to avoid risk and challenge, keeping your dreams at a distance. When you own up to these choices, you unlock the power to grow. The decision to cast aside these reasons is a decision to step into a larger, fuller life. Today, face the truth. Every time you cling to a reason, you decide to stay small. It is time to choose a path that leads to greatness. Across the globe, there are countless stories of individuals who faced the same reasons and chose to move forward anyway. Consider someone who began with very little, lacking time, skill, and money, yet took one small step after another. Their journey was filled with challenges, but each step built a foundation for a new beginning. They refused to let words of limitation define their path. Their success shows that the barriers you face are only as strong as you allow them to be. These examples stand as proof that when you set aside the reasons that hold you back, you open the door to a life filled with opportunity. Let these stories inspire you to break free from the self-imposed limits and claim the success that is waiting for you. Now ask yourself this important question. Are you going to sit back and let life pass you by? Or will you step up and be the one who wins? Every minute you hesitate is a minute lost. Look at those who have taken a stand. They did not wait for perfect conditions. They acted and their lives changed. The choice is yours. Will you remain on the sidelines, or will you step into the arena and claim the life you deserve? The answer is in your hands, starting right now. It's time to own every decision. Let go of the reasons that have held you back. From this moment forward, you take full responsibility for your life. No more hiding behind words or waiting for the right time. The power to change your life is in your hands. Make that choice today. Once you shatter the chains of self-imposed limits, a new world unfolds before you. Every barrier falls away, and you step into a life filled with opportunity and growth. When you let go of the reasons that hold you back, everything changes. Embrace the freedom and watch your life transform into something extraordinary. Imagine a fire that burns away the old, leaving only room for new life. Like a phoenix rising from the ashes, you have the power to leave behind every habit and doubt that once held you back. Each day you face the chance to shed the weight of past disappointments and step into a future full of promise. This transformation is not about forgetting who you were, but about embracing who you can become. It means letting go of old limitations and allowing change to light your path. When you choose greatness, you decide to stand strong against every setback. The heat of challenge burns away the unneeded parts of your life, making space for a renewed spirit. In this process, you discover strengths you never knew existed. With every step, you rise higher and shine brighter. Your past is merely the ashes from which your new self emerges. Embrace this rebirth with courage and let your inner fire guide you toward becoming the best version of yourself. There comes a moment when you truly see what you are capable of, and suddenly, everything changes. In that instant, you feel a surge of confidence that wipes away every doubt. This clear vision of your potential sparks action. When you recognize your strength, hesitation gives way to decisive steps. It's like switching on a light in a dark room. Suddenly, every opportunity becomes visible. Confidence builds, and with it, the drive to act. Each small step you take adds to a growing sense of purpose. Your achievements begin to multiply as you overcome barriers that once seemed insurmountable. Think of the times when you doubted yourself. Now, they fade away in the bright glow of your own belief. Success isn't a distant dream, but a series of choices made in the moment. Trust in your power, take action, and watch as a new life unfolds before you, a life filled with achievement and hope. When you decide to grow and become your best self, your change spreads like ripples across a still pond. Your journey of self-improvement touches everyone around you, family, friends, and even strangers. Picture a stone thrown into water, creating waves that travel far beyond its point of impact. Your choice to rise above challenges inspires others to do the same. Every positive step you take sends a message of hope and courage. Those around you begin to see that change is possible. They find their own strength in your example, and soon, a community of support and growth forms. Your actions create a chain of uplifting moments. The way you live your life with determination and heart lights the path for others. In becoming a better version of yourself, you make the world a little brighter, proving that one person's change can spark a movement of hope. Take a moment to ask yourself, what story will people tell about you? Your legacy is written in the choices you make every day. When you live with courage, kindness, and determination, you build a story that inspires others. Imagine looking back on your life and knowing that you did not settle for mediocrity. Instead, you reach for the highest peaks and touch the lives of those around you. Your actions become the chapters of a powerful story, one that speaks of challenges faced and victories won. Consider the impact you wish to have on the world. Will your legacy be one of bold action and hope, or will it be filled with missed chances? The story you leave behind is up to you. Make it a story of strength, love, and true greatness. Wake up to the truth of your own power. Step up and meet each challenge with a brave heart. Rise up and claim the future that is waiting for you. Every moment counts, and today is the day to act. Let these words echo in your mind and push you to move forward without hesitation. Your time is now. Seize it with all that you have. Deep within you, your potential has always been waiting. Now it is your turn to claim it. The power to change your life is yours, and the time to act is today. Stand tall and use your gifts to build a future you can be proud of. Right now, the choice is yours. Stop waiting for the perfect moment, because that moment is here. Look around and ask yourself, what one step can I take today to start a new chapter? It is time to break free from old habits and take action. Think of a small move, a call, a decision, or a change in routine that will push you toward a better tomorrow. Today, decide to take that step. Your future will be shaped by the actions you choose now. Do not let another day slip by. This is your chance to change your life starting today. You have seen the truth about what holds you back. The fog has lifted and clarity fills your mind. Now, with eyes wide open, it is time to act on what you know deep inside. Use this clear vision to guide every move you make. Let go of the doubts that once held you down. Every step you take should reflect the newfound awareness of your true strength. This is not a time for hesitation, but for bold, decisive action. Embrace this clarity and let it fuel your journey. You now have the power to shape your destiny. Use it well. Every decision you make from this moment forward will set the course for your future. The next step is critical. It is the turning point that separates the life you have known from the life you dream of. Think carefully, then act with courage. Your choices will echo in every part of your life, influencing your path and the people around you. Do not let fear or doubt hold you back. The weight of your next move is immense because it determines everything that follows. Step forward with determination and let your actions create the life you have always wanted.